Hey everyone, National Master Sean Lei here. Today's video, I realized that I didn't really complete my series on the Canadian University Chess Championships of 2021 this year, as well as the Gary Kasparov Foundation. So for the next few days, I'll be covering those games that I think you guys missed, and yeah, enjoy them, as these were pretty good games I played. All of them, well most of them, were through my Philidors or reverse Philidors, as you can see today. Alright, let's get straight into it. Alright, so today's game, this is one of my CUCC games against a 2100 rated player. It's a 19 move game. It was quite quick actually, even though this was a rapid game. And so what happened is, I guess my opponent didn't really know what to do when playing against the reverse Philidor. I don't know about you guys, but not too many people play against 1d3 too often, especially in intense tournaments like this one over here. And so here my opponent played knight f6, I just played knight d2, e6, knight f3, and my opponent plays e5. Now this transposed to a King's Indian attack. I play e4, they capture over here, and here again, whenever your opponent exchanges in the Philidor, always give the advantage to the Philidor player, because number one, you know what you're doing better, and number two, well, these positions are just better for you because, well, it's more flexible and you're up a couple tempos here in these type of positions. So after capture back, my opponent plays c5, which was very weird because if you wanted to play c5, this would be the time to play c5 because, as Lasker once said, to take as a mistake, you don't want to give up the pressure over here because the person who gives up the pressure first is usually the one who gives the advantage to the opponent. And already, white has a pretty sizable advantage, sizable. It's not like +2, +3, but it's just like +1-ish, maybe +0.8, 0.6, around there somewhere. And it's a comfortable game for white. c5, c3, one of my favorite moves to ever play in a chess game, basically defending d4 and b4, just saying to black, hey, what's your plan? So here, at least my opponent shows that he has some semblance of a plan. He begins attacking on the queen side with moves like a6. I just say to him, hey, if you want to play b5, I'm not going to let you play it so easily, so you better try to set it up. My opponent plays knight e5, basically saying, alright, we're slowly going to get b5 in, and once I do, maybe your b3 square is going to be a little bit weak, which makes a lot of sense. I just play queen c2, bishop d7, kind of says, okay, b5's coming in. I'm like, alright. So if you're attacking on the queen side, let me ask you guys, let's see how good your positional chess is. If your opponent's attacking on the queen side, where should you be attacking? Alright, tell me in the comment section below what you think. A, queen side. B, center. C, king side. Alright guys, so I hope you guys got put in your answers, especially relevant to this position over here. The answer is generally king side. Now sometimes the center is possible as well, but usually it's harder to do center attacks than it is to attack on the other side of the board. Something important for you guys to know is this. You don't want to fight fire with fire. If they're attacking on the queen side, that means they probably have more space there, which means you're going to be fighting in a scrunched up, bunched up position that usually doesn't fare well for the person who's bunched up. Instead, go for an attack on the opposite side, which is what I did. e5, he moves the knight, and I start bringing in pieces to attack my opponent's king. Knight e4. As you guys can see, pow, this guy's coming over here, pow, these pieces are coming into the king side. My opponent plays b5, I just capture because let's not just give them a free pawn for no reason. They capture back, and now I just play bishop g5. Why? Well, this is my bad bishop, first of all. Most of my pawns are on dark squares, and that's his good bishop. Most of his pawns are on light squares. And not only that, this bishop is also a pretty good defender of the black king. I wanted to move a knight here, but, the bishop can capture, so I'm like, you know what, let's get rid of my useless piece. He doesn't capture, which I found surprising. He just pushes c4, continuing his queenside attack. I like his thinking. I capture, and here he makes a pretty big mistake. He captures with a knight. You're supposed to capture with the queen, because knight captures, kind of, sure you're bringing it to g6, but knights on g6 can easily be kicked away with moves like h4, h5, Queen takes e7 at least keeps the dark squares a little bit safer over here. Knight takes e7, and I move my knight on the f file to g5. The computer recommended knight over here, which makes a little bit of sense because maybe the queen can swing in from e4 to h4 later on. I decided to do this just because I'm trying to play a little bit of tricks. I'm not going to show you what trick it is because I'm going to be asking you guys later on what trick I'm trying to play. My opponent plays knight g6, trying to defend against the trick, and I just played f4. A little bit better could have been h4, just kicking the knight away. I just wanted to defend my pawn a little bit. And after f4, for some reason my opponent just captured on f4. And this is where the trick lies. I'm surprised someone 2100 rated will fall for this, especially in a rapid game. But pause your videos, try to figure out what you guys think was the move I played in this position that promptly forced my opponent to resign in disbelief of what move I just played. And by the way, if you guys have watched the Magnus Carlsen versus Bill Gates episode, chess game, this is very similar to that puzzle over there. So it's good to watch other people's games because sometimes you can see patterns that are similar to this one over here. Alright guys, I think I gave you guys enough time to try to figure out what the best move in this position is. And if you guys guessed knight f6 check, you would be absolutely correct. The idea is, well, it doesn't matter what you do. You can queen captures, even pawn captures. You can't really get out of the checkmate, which this discovery attack allowed us to do, as you guys can see. So again, the CUCC game wasn't the most exciting game, but it just shows you, what you guys can do in the exchange variation of the reverse Philidor. Now tomorrow's game, or the day after that, the game I'm going to be showing you will come from the Garry Kasparov Foundation Chess Tournament. And now that game is a lot more exciting and another Philidor for you guys. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, bye.